Go to the,
I'm tired
you
of
trying
eating.
to sit down and eat though? He said get some.
Hold on, mute for a second.
You trying to sit down and eat, gang?
No, or we can just
Oh,
stop
okay.
by
Hold on,
whatever
mute.
place we see.
Bet, 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 bet.
I guess we three man weaving today. I ain't gonna lie. I'm liable to go in on ill. I had literally just talked to him not even an hour ago. Excuse me. Hold on. All right, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We back, baby. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all digging the should we going no belt today, Rico? What you thinking?
Well, you know this her little baby, man.
Man, me and K Mac got a stream plan for this week. Let me get this link sent out to everybody. Let me see. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. I'm trying to get us a shameless plug real quick. Rico, how you feeling, man?
It's ridiculous, bro. I said, damn, hey man, can I send this plug real quick? You ain't got to send this plug. I got you. Hold on, I'm making a timer real quick. I gotta make
No
that timer.
good.
I got you, James. 1 second.
Gee.
You can do what you gotta do,
It
James.
feels good. Yeah.
Oh no, you good.
Yeah,
I
now
got you, dog.
I don't know what he had going on.
Right now. Podcast message.
Yeah, I don't know what you were doing. I was just shameless plugging us. What up, y'all? What's going on, fellas?
I'm saying I feel good. You ask how what's going on? Everything good, man. I feel good, man.
All right,
I'm
Rico,
finally
you
out
don't
work.
convince me.
What's up with
Rico, you don't convince me. Welcome back. Let me get my jacket right. Hold on.
it? Welcome
You
back.
gotta see the. You gotta see the. Yeah, there we go. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of The Lounge. I'm your host, the lounge icon himself, Mr. J. And you know, we back here with another one. Joining me like always, my pimpin' player partner himself, Mr. Polo. What's going on with you? Work truck Polo today, I see.
Polo Ruffin to be exact. Polo Ruffin, man.
No, not calling you that. Sorry, buddy.
That's my new name.
Nah,
You like more new names.
nah, can't support
Hey,
that one.
I read the headline. Read the headline. You got to say the headline too.
Should do it for MVP. All right, then. Anywho, since he done, I don't know what he got going on.
I mean, I
And
ain't mad
come,
at it though. I ain't mad
yeah,
at it.
yeah. I don't know, bro. I'm coasting tonight. Coming down below, man. His second week back, first day out type vibes. The 13-time champion himself, Mr. Lucius Left Foot, aka Rico Mack. What's going on with you, man?
So what's good with y'all boys, man?
I'm good.
Return of the Mac. Yes, I am. What's up, Rico?
What up, what
All right, man. So we're gonna get right into it. starting off with the NBA draft lottery. Um, Initial thoughts. I don't know how this lottery system works, but it irritated me a lot. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. It irritated me a lot. The biggest loser from the night, honestly, the biggest loser in my book, it has to be Utah, right?
Yeah,
Utah and Washington, the two biggest losers, but Utah for sure.
they did
Because
all
you
that work to get #1 pick and didn't get it.
exactly because Utah and Washington were projected to go 1-2. So I guess how do y'all feel about that, man? These these draft odds. Do y'all think the being realistic? Do y'all think the draft lottery is rigged? I'm just gonna jump straight into it. Do y'all feel like the draft lottery is a bit rigged?
Uh, I wouldn't say it's rigged to be honest with you, bro. But in all honesty, it's crazy. That's crazy.
It is, isn't it? It's
It's
extremely
crazy. But at
crazy.
the
I'm glad
same
I'm not.
time, a lot of people so used to it. The losers always getting the first pick.
That's not
I
necessarily
feel like
true.
no. I'm saying it's the whole reason why it's a lottery. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the losing teams have a better chance of getting it. Don't get me wrong, but it's a lottery for a reason. I don't like the team that just got the first pick because we know who they getting off back.
Yeah, and I got some things to say about that. Looking at it though,
He need to play with
I
LeBron.
have outside of Dallas at 1.8%, I have the lowest percentages of #1 overall picks, like as far as odds. 1993. Well, I'm gonna go from highest to lowest, pretty much. In 2006, the Raptors had an 8.8% chance, and they got #1. In 2005, the Bucks had a 6.3% chance, and they got #1. 2019, New Orleans had a 6% chance. In 2007, the Blazers had a 5.3% chance. In 2000, the Nets had a 4% chance. In 2024, the Hawks had a 3% chance. In 2011, the Cavs had a 2.8% chance. This year, the Mavericks had 1.8. 2014, the Cavs had a 1.7%. 2008, the Bulls had 1.7. And the lowest recorded to date since 1990 was the Orlando Magic in 1993 with a 1.5% chance. So that to me that's just wild. Do I feel like it's some shadiness going on a little bit? But in y'all's opinion, do y'all like this lottery system, or do you think they should do like the NFL does and the worst team gets the first pick?
I think usually if you guarantee the first pick to the worst team, you'll definitely have more tanking.
I mean, you're right, but I feel like we
I
see a lot of
I,
tanking anyway, though.
I second what you, Rico. Like at the end of the day, if that's taking the competitive drive out of the game. To be honest with you, I'm fine with it. Do I like the fact that Dallas got it? No, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. I don't feel like it's broke, man.
I think it's broke to an extent, though. The only reason I say that is because the Spurs, who were a fringe play-in team, ended up with the second pick. You know what I'm saying? The Spurs were a
Nah.
fringe play-in team, ended up with the second pick.
But the Spurs known
Ooh.
for that though. They've been doing that.
I know, but and the Spurs have two lottery picks this year. So I'm gonna just call the lottery to y'all like from one to I'm gonna go 14-1. 14 is the Hawks, which goes to the Spurs. 13 is the Kings that goes to the Hawks. 12 is the Bulls. 11 is Portland. 10 is the Suns, but it goes to the Rockets. 9
Mm.
is Toronto. 8 is Brooklyn. 7 New Orleans. 6 Washington. 5 Utah. 4 Charlotte. 3 Philadelphia. 2 San Antonio. 1 Dallas. So I mean, I don't know, man. I don't really care for this lottery system no more. Not like we used to. I would just be honest. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it's
Uh,
rigged, but I definitely feel like it's more. It's not as a control. It's more controlled than what we think it is.
you think it's some behind the scenes stuff going on?
Oh,
Uh,
definitely, definitely.
I feel like that's always a play though. That's always a play.
I do too, but I
Well,
just find it oddly strange that I'm not even upset about the Dallas thing as much as I am the odds. I think the odds is what bothers me, right? Dallas
Yeah.
hmm
had the fourth worst odds to get the number one pick. That's what bothered me. That the fourth worst odds. All the other play and this what made me think it's something shady behind it. All the other play-in teams, which Sacramento was a playing team, Atlanta was a playing team, Chicago was a playing team, the Heat were a playing team. All these other play-in teams were picked 12 or below. That's it. That's all. I'm gonna let it go
okay,
after
my
that.
That's all
question
right.
is this. All right, I'm not done with the lottery. I like it, but I feel as if the teams that make the playoffs shouldn't be able to be in the lottery. How about that? Let's do it like that.
The playoffs or the play-in?
The playoffs all together.
Okay,
Play
it's
in too.
no playoff team is in the lottery. Now
Well, I'm saying even the
it's gonna
play
be
in team.
impossible for a play-in team to not be in the lottery. It's just impossible because it's not enough teams, right? But I do agree with you from the standpoint of I do feel like a play-in team shouldn't be allowed to pick over about 10 or 11. Over honestly, they shouldn't be able to pick over 10 if you're a play-in team, unless you're in the situation of Houston. That Houston got a Houston Phoenix was picked 10, but it goes to Houston because of a trade.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Well,
in
if
that
that's the
situation,
case,
I can't control that.
yeah, and
Yeah, that's a little different though.
Yeah,
yeah,
but I do.
that's way different.
Yeah, but Polo, I am kind of it's rare, but I do kind of agree with you. If you were a play-in team, at least you should not be allowed to pick over 10. I'm just being honest though. You're right. Like you're 1,000% right. If you were a play-in team, you should not be allowed to pick that high. But man, since we
I
got the
say
draft,
five. I say five. I ain't gonna say 10. I'm gonna say five.
I don't think they should get that high because the worst record in the NBA was Utah. They're picking at 5.
That's why I
This,
say five. They shouldn't no team that was a playing team be able to get over five
I'm not even gonna
or
say
under
that, bro,
five.
because the 3 worst teams in the NBA are picking 4, 5, and 6 this year. Like y'all know how insane that sounds. Utah won 17 games and walked away with the 5th pick. Washington won.
I think they're trying to get rid of
Wash,
Tanker, man.
yeah, Washington won 18 games. But that's the thing. Teams like Utah, Washington, and Charlotte aren't tanking. They're just bad. Now Philly started tanking to me. San Antonio just got good odds, but Philly definitely tanked. If you, in my opinion, Philly tanked. I'm not sure, man. But we're gonna hop into our next topic of the night, man.
That full strength, they could have probably made the play
Who?
in the East. I'm talking about Philly. We just talking about the East.
If Philly pushed hard enough, they probably could have made a play and run. But moving on to our next topic, are these guys on the move? We're gonna start off with the biggest name right now. Rico, since Polo it look like Polo doing something. Rico, in your opinion, is Giannis Antetokounmpo on the move this offseason? Reports have been coming out that he wouldn't mind exploring other options as far as his place of employment, the place he gonna hoop next season. We saw that he wouldn't mind exploring other options. Do you think this just guarantees that Giannis is on the move? Because we talked about trading him last week just for its and giggles, and then this week the report comes out saying, "Hey, he may want to go test his whatever somewhere else." How you feel about that?
Well, I mean, realistically, this has been a story for like the last couple of years. Like, is he on the move or not? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's been a story. So you ask me, I think now, I think it might be time.
Think so?
I think they might be like done with the experiment. I mean, I
I
feel like if Giannis go though, it's more than just Giannis gonna lead. That's all I'm saying.
I think I think you break it all the way down when Giannis goes. Like
Oh yeah,
I think that you break it all the way down when Giannis goes.
I think that's what they're gonna do. Like if they do get rid of Giannis, I think they'll just you know start from the beginning, start from the top.
You're right. I do think that I think now I'm waiting on Polo to get back before I get too deep into my rant. Now, what is I think the asking price for Giannis got to be like 4 firsts, right?
Oh yeah, because knowing for a fact, it's teams out there right now could probably give you more than that. They're probably gonna start.
If somebody offered 3 to 4 first round picks for Mikal Bridges, it's not a world where Giannis don't. It's not a world where, to me, unless the boatload of players is just that substantial, it's not a world where Giannis doesn't warrants at least 6 draft picks.
Remember, there's a lot of draft picks in that Rudy trade too.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of draft picks in that Rudy trade. Dang, I didn't even think about that. I'm gonna be honest. The trade market is in such a funny place right now, in my eyes, because like with the trade market, it's in a funny place because to me, Rudy shouldn't have went for that many picks. No one should have offered like 4 firsts for Mikal Bridges. Um, KD always goes for a bucket load of picks. We're in such a weird space as far as trades right now because the thing is Giannis is gonna go for a lot of picks, finesse, but it's gonna be like how valuable are these picks? What's the value that we're like? Yeah, Rico, having draft picks is one thing, but what's the value that we're really putting on these? That like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, about that point of the year, it started getting real critical, man.
Hmm. I like I said, I only see contenders knocking on their door though. I don't like. I think because I think Giannis has done so much for this team. I think he gets to go probably where he wants to go. If we being real.
He been earned that, but that's not a how it always work out though.
Oh man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Next player, Donovan Mitchell or Darius Garland. Who is on the move first for you? If you're the Cleveland Cavaliers, it's a tricky one, ain't it? D Mitchell, DG.
I mean, I feel like by nature, you probably gonna want to start off building around a better player, but at the same time, it's still a trigger one, man. Ain't that cut and dry.
Let me ask you a question. In your eyes, has Donovan Mitchell ever looked like a real Cavalier to you? Hopefully that question makes some sense.
Uh, I would say I've seen glimpses of it this last year, like this. You know,
And
I
and
would
I
say I've
think
seen glimpses of it.
and I think the question I'm asking, like Donovan Mitchell in that Cavs jersey just never looked right. He's gonna hoop regardless because he's a hooper. It just never looked like he was ever just a Cleveland Cavalier. That's what I mean.
I mean, I feel because they still got some work to do. They y'all ain't won that yet. Until y'all win something, it ain't gonna certain things ain't gonna start going into true motion until y'all win something.
Yeah, because man, people tried to put him in the same boat as like a Joel Embiid, but I'm like, it's hard for me to put D Mitch in that category because D Mitch one, he hasn't had. We being real, he hadn't had a whole lot of just playoff stinkers. You know what I'm saying?
Now, for the most part, he been pretty consistent.
Very consistent, yeah. So he hadn't put up a lot of playoff stinkers. One and two, D Mitch hasn't been, and even though he's one of the best players that we have in the league today, for sure a top 15 or at least French top 15, maybe even French top 10 player, depending on who you ask and what you're looking for. With him being right on that barrier, he doesn't have the same expectations of somebody like a Joel Embiid, who's an MVP award winner or whatever. So I just had to put that out there. I saw that discourse going around. I don't know if it was Philly fans or anybody else, but
It probably was, man.
I'm not gonna allow them to put D Mitch in that category because D Mitch got two different expectations.
You talk in what category, if you don't mind me asking?
So we were just talking about Donovan Mitchell, and I saw a lot of discourse trying to go around comparing this Donovan Mitchell situation because he's never been out of the second round. They're trying to compare it to
Okay.
the Joel Embiid never being out of the second round, and I can't fully give that comparison because one, D Mitch has always been very consistent in the playoffs. He's just been a very consistent player. Two, it's rare that D Mitch just puts up playoff stinkers. Like he's going down without a fight regardless. He's always gonna get his.
Hmm.
And three, I don't have the same like when Joel Embiid was fully healthy doing his thing, that was a legit argument for a top 5 player in the NBA. Maybe like top
Okay.
7 at the lowest. To me, Donovan Mitchell has always been good, but with such heavy guard play in the league, it's hard to put Donovan Mitchell over a top 15, top 12 at the highest type of player in the NBA.
I'm gonna tell you
Shoot,
one thing that's
he
about to
just
break
started
this
getting put
whole
in certain
conversation.
categories.
One thing that's about to break this conversation up. That's like night and day. When it happened to Embiid won the MVP. You know what I'm saying? And he was considered one of the top players in the league, number one, two, or three, depending on where it's coming from. Probably Philly, anywhere. You can't put you can't put Donovan Mitchell in that same category, man. And then the difference is with Embiid compared to that, it's one shot that changed everything with Embiid. One shot,
In
one.
2019.
Okay, you hear me?
Well, a lot of in
So
between.
without that one shot, we be having that same conversation.
To an extent, yes, because I still don't like.
Now, hold on, hear me out real quick. I look at Donovan Mitchell this year like a Jimmy Butler.
I can see that. Like friend, like in the same range as yes, in the
He
same
gave him
range. As yes.
everything he had. You remember what Shannon told Skip when you go home at night and you lay your
Yeah,
head
put your
on
head
your
on the pillow.
pillow.
Yeah, I gave you everything.
I gave
Um,
you everything I got.
and the thing about Donovan Mitchell though, a lot of his situations where he's been in the playoffs, this is why I can't compare him and Embiid too much too. A lot of a lot. Hold on, yeah.
Yo, Mac,
Talk to him.
All right, hello.
Rico,
Yo,
Yeah, I'm back. He can
what
go
you
ahead.
think about that, Rico?
by which part?
About him being like Jimmy Butler.
I mean, if we're talking about like roles and responsibilities, I could somewhat see that. Just depending on what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of situations where, especially involving some of Donovan Mitchell's teams, where he's been let down a lot by teams more than anything else. You
Yeah,
know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
yeah.
But we're gonna get more into some team talk a little bit later. But I think if the Cavaliers had their choice and they had to get rid of one, I think it would probably be Darius Garland because Darius Garland he looked pretty alright in the Heat series, but Darius Garland looked really bad in this series. Like I know he was coming back off of off of injury, but I think that he looked bad in this series from the standpoint of he he didn't look great on defense. When he didn't have the ball in his hand, it looked like he was lost on the court sometimes. And
Yeah.
to me, if you're not gonna do one, you got to be able to do the other, or at least put up more effort in the other. And I just felt like it was whoever offense on a lot of the Cavaliers, and he was one of those people who had the whoever offense against him. So
You got to think about it. A lot of those games, the Cavaliers was up, man.
yeah, no help
They came
in my
back.
opinion, no help to DG in some of them situations though. He
Yeah,
just
no help, no help.
I don't
Donovan
know.
Mitchell, I feel like Donovan Mitchell, if it wasn't for Donovan Mitchell, they wouldn't even be there.
I mean, I think they're pretty early though.
For sure. But
He was
Darius
just
Period,
holding
point
Garland,
half.
blank.
I do gotta say this though. Darius Garland, you a fake demon, brother. Don't talk bad on Tyler Hero no more. Talking about he don't play no defense and this, that, and the third, brother. You don't play none either.
I didn't kept the receipts, man.
I had to, bro. Darius Garland, the few games you played in this round of the playoffs, 10 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists in the game that they won. Next game, 21 point. I'm sorry. In that game where he had them 10 points in the win, 3 for 11 shooting. Next game, 21 points, 6 assists in a 20-point loss. Closeout game, 11 points, 4 for 16 from the field. You just out there, brother. So I'm just saying, don't that fake demon stuff, brother. Don't get yourself traded trying to be a fake demon. You got to play some defense. What I say, you got to stand in front of somebody.
Wasn't he hurt?
He was hurt the first 2 games, yeah, but after that, he still came back and looked bad.
I'm not gonna say. Listen, man. I it's kind of a two-sided coin because if that's the case, he might as well not even came back. But I understand why you would feel like that being a Heat fan, but Tyler Hero don't play no defense.
But Darius Garland don't either. That's why I don't like the fact that he said, "Oh, he don't play no defense," because you don't play no defense either. That was my
I
biggest
feel
thing.
like there. I feel like. All right. My question to you: do you think he was 100%?
Um, to me, I say I don't care if you were 100% or not. If you weren't 100%, or if you felt like you couldn't help your team, you should have. You know what I'm saying? You should have stayed out, or you should have tried to take a back seat. You can't play the I'm
But
not.
him being
You can't play the I'm not 100% card. Still shooting your normal amount, 12, 11, 12 shots a game, 16 shots a game. You can't play that I'm not 100% card. That
man,
to me, that's
sometimes you being man, I'm not gonna. I can't look at it that same way, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because him coming back could have gave the team more motivation. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as him and his expectations, no, he didn't meet his expectations. But at the same time, you ever been a kid that really wanted something like he just really wanted to come back? Do I feel as if he was 100%?
he cut out. And I was kind of liking what he was saying.
He cut all the way out, didn't
He did. But I mean, with that 100% thing though, man, I guess we go. I don't know, bro. How do you feel about that? Okay, Polo back. Go ahead, Polo. Finish what you were saying.
But him joining, him coming back could have helped his team. You know what I'm saying? Gave him motivation, gave him fight. You ever wanted something so bad, but he just couldn't cut it out. Now I'm not using that as an excuse. Don't get me wrong. Yes, he could have done better, but that's the playoffs, man. It don't matter. It don't matter if you hurt or not. If you gonna try to make it there, be there. That's
And that's
all I'm saying.
and that's my thing. Like the closest game they had was a game that he didn't play. Now,
he?
the reason I feel like DG is on the cutting block Evan Mobley actually played a really good series. Like Evan Mobley played for everything that it was really for what it was. Evan Mobley played a really good series.
Yeah, he was pretty consistent for the time he did play.
Even Jared Allen had a pretty all right series. Now Jared Allen was getting hunted a lot. We're gonna talk about this more later, but yeah, let's save it for later. Next player. Do you think it's a world with Joel Embiid? You can yay or nay these next, you guys, unless you just see one that you really just want to talk about. Could Joel Embiid be on the move this summer, Rico?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, I feel like there's also been a combo for like how many years now?
Yeah, it's also a combo of what Embiid are we getting if we do trade him. So that's definitely something you got to think about. Next player on our repertoire, Kevin Durant. You think it's a yay or nay on KD being moved this offseason?
Yeah, he got moved.
100%.
It's over with. Yeah.
Now, unpopular opinion, I think Houston Rockets and the Oklahoma City Thunder, one of them is going to get KD and the other one is going to get Giannis. I don't know which one, but those are my two bets for who's going to end up where. I think one of those teams ends up with KD and the other one ends up with Giannis.
I can see that. Because there ain't so many teams that actually had a capital.
And yeah, I was just going to say actually had
Well,
the stuff.
capital and players if you look at it.
Exactly. Next guy. This is an interesting one because I just saw a mock-up the other day, so that's why I'm bringing this guy up. Lauri Markkanen.
Man.
Now, I saw and the reason I say this, so I saw a mock-up of Lauri Markkanen, Colin Sexton, and Jordan Clarkson to the Miami Heat for Jovic, Andrew Wiggins, Duncan Robinson, and some picks. So could this be the world where we finally see them try and move on from the Lauri even though Lauri's not a bad player, but it's just not fitting your timeline or anything else. You're not helping yourself holding on to Lauri Markkanen.
Think about Lauri though. He's only a certain type of team to play with for that to work out. He's not just like, I mean, if you try to use him one way, he can do so much more than just one thing. But like, it depends on how they try to use him.
Yeah, because the thing is, Lauri Markkanen is a 7-footer. I like the idea of him playing next to Bam and Khalil Ware down low.
Yeah, I like that.
Definitely adds a good bit of spacing. So I like the idea of him playing there.
Yeah, they cool.
Polo, why you back? A few players you might have missed over. Just yay or nay. We don't got to go into too much crazy detail. Joel Embiid, yay or nay? You think he may be on the move this offseason?
He might be stuck like Chuck. They can try to get him off, but they ain't gonna get him what they want for him.
Kevin Durant.
He can retire.
Man, keep going, man. Now I'll go more details on this next one. Lauri Markkanen. And like I told Rico, I saw a mock trade for Lauri Markkanen. Lauri Markkanen, Colin Sexton, and Jordan Clarkson to the Miami Heat. In return, they sent off Andrew Wiggins, Duncan Robinson, and Nikola Jovic, as well as some picks. So that's the only reason I brought up Lauri Markkanen. All right, Polo disappeared again.
No, I'm here. I'm listening to you. Lauri Markkanen, to be honest with you, and I hate to say what I'm about to say, a lot of people don't like Lauri, but I feel like he got more valuable than the other players you just said.
What are you talking about, like Jordan Clarkson? Yeah, for sure.
No, I'm talking about the first two players that you said something about.
Are you talking about Giannis and Donovan Mitchell or Darius?
Well, not Giannis.
Than D Mitch. I think he got more.
You ain't say Giannis. You ain't say Giannis to me. But Embiid and Durant, I feel like he do. right now.
I don't know
How
about
how
comparison.
how old is Lowry right
Um, 27.
now?
I don't think Laurie has as much value to a championship team as a Kevin Durant or what you call it. I don't think he has the kind of championship, the value to a championship team like a KD or a Joel Embiid.
Yeah, that's my whole thing.
Like, yeah, he does have a lot of value, like an upside, because technically 27 is when you first going into your prime. You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
yeah, off technicality, yeah.
So I don't know. So I feel like he holds a lot of value to a team that's on the rise more than anything else.
I mean, yeah, you can have to get the most out of. Yeah.
It depends on like you said, him being paired with Embiid. That's perfect. I mean not Embiid, but Bam
Yeah, him,
down in
Bam,
Miami.
I think that'd be a pretty good, because he's a legit footer. So, and I don't think he's a footer that's a center though. That's the thing. He's a 7 footer, but he's listed at power forward, and he plays more of a. He could probably play small forward. Not saying
Small
you put him
forward.
at
I
small
agree.
forward,
I no,
but
I
he's
agree
he's a
with you.
forward. He's a forward. No, he's a wing. I'm sorry. He's a power forward, small forward. He's not a center. That's why I think he fits so well with a lot of teams, because he's a true wing player.
I agree.
He used
I
to play
agree.
Next,
small forward at one point.
he did. He played small forward his first few years in the league. Next player on the list, John Morant. Do you think we had reports come out earlier
What room are you
that
guys in?
the we saw reports earlier that the GM and the front office were a little bit frustrated with Ja, as well as Ja being frustrated with the fact that he wasn't getting the ball enough. He felt like he wasn't getting plays ran through him like he should have. So we saw Ja really getting frustrated by his new role with the team. So how do y'all feel about John Morant potentially being on the move this offseason?
I mean, I don't think he'll be on the move
You
because
don't think
they
so?
need to keep some.
I got
If
an
they're still trying to run it, I mean, they gonna need to keep some.
I got an unpopular opinion about this Ja situation. I think they trade Ja during the season.
That's very unpopular.
I mean, I could see a world where we see like the first few games of the season, see how that works out, and then I could see Ja getting traded at some point during trade deadline or even closer to All-Star break or something. I could see Ja moving during the season though.
That
I feel
package
like
was
Josh
definitely had to
should.
be worth it though.
I feel like Josh should move, and I'm gonna tell you why. It just recreate yourself. Let the team do their thing, recreate themselves also. You know what I'm saying? He's still young. He could be the face of a team, or if they bring help there. But I feel like his image down in Memphis is tainted.
And it's crazy because the city of Memphis loves Ja Morant. It's just the NBA doesn't, of course, they love him, but the city of, like, just from all accounts, the city of Memphis, that's always been like, to me, and I know I'm getting a little off track. To me, y'all, Memphis has always been a good basketball hotbed type of place because they love their players hard. You saw it with the grit and grind
Definitely.
Grizzlies. Even when they were bad, when they had D Rose and them guys, their fans showed up to games. So their fans love that team. So I think they're gonna embrace whoever they bring in. Now,
Yep, they definitely.
y'all said maybe no to Ja, but what about somebody else that was in Ja Morant's draft class and Zion Williamson?
Horrible.
I
I
don't
feel like
think
it's
so.
really a guy that's been in number trade rooms for the longest.
Yeah,
I
and I
don't.
don't.
I don't.
Go ahead, Polo.
I think he should just go ahead and go to the NFL, man.
Man, please. I don't think he's gonna get traded. I think out of everybody I named on this list, Zion is the safest, strictly because their last season was just a disaster. And what I mean by that is, I can't blame them for being bad last season because I can't blame them for being bad last season because like week one they had injuries. Like starting from day one they had injuries.
But
So
don't
I
you play
think
to win the
Tough
game?
season.
yeah, but they're like, bro, they can't help. I don't think they tanked, but I just think they weren't as good as some of these other teams strictly because of how hurt and beat up they were.
What's your
Like they,
favorite saying? Your
I mean,
best ability is what?
availability, yeah. It wasn't Zion didn't get like just extremely like he got hurt towards the end of the season. He was one of the few guys that was there most of the season, but like DeJounte I lied. Zion missed time too, but DeJounte went down. Zion went down. Herb Jones missed time. So I think last season was just a chalk up type of season for them.
The year before last, they look very promising.
Yeah, Zion
My
played
my
70
question is
games
this:
and everything.
you said he played 70 games.
Yeah, that's the season before last. Zion played 70 games.
I feel like I ain't gonna cap, man. Zion might need to be on the move. I feel like it'll be best for New Orleans if they move him now.
And that's the thing. I think he's one of them guys that's a deadline mover. I don't know if you move him before the
Hey, it
deadline.
been best a couple years ago.
Yeah, I don't because they moved what you call it last year because they moved
To Murray.
nah because they moved Bi I think they bought Zion a little bit of time because Herb Jones, your defensive anchor, played 20 games last year. DeJounte Murray played 31 games last year. CJ McCollum only played 56. Trey Murphy the third, 53. You didn't those are your top probably five guys on the team, and they didn't even play a whole lot of time last season.
Yeah, and then they ain't even play together like talk about either. So they don't need jail. But
Yeah,
the person that you would trade off that team when you know the pieces you got, knowing that they injury prone, knowing that they could get bad when they come down to taking care of their body, your best bet is Zion. You can get way more stuff with trading Zion right now.
I think he got at least one more season there because they drafted Eve Messi, who was a solid big for them last season. He got lost in the sauce because they were so bad. But I think they're gonna try and at least try it this season. They're gonna draft it. They should draft another guard this season to help him out. So I don't. I like I said, I thought he was the safest anyway. I just felt like he was a good name to bring up in this situation.
Yeah, he might be safe. Yeah, yeah, I agree.
We gonna like you said though, Polo. Only time gonna tell. He could be safe this week and be getting ready to get traded because the right package was offered next week. It's the off season.
I mean, well, there's a lot of players
I'm
free.
telling you, it's the off season. Look, y'all, we ain't even got the free agency yet. Um, so next we're going into our round two of the playoffs, a little breakdown. But we had a new team go to the house, y'all. We had a new team hit up Cancun early. So with our newest member of Cancun, we like to welcome the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Mm.
And I don't have a rant, but I do have a big breakdown for this season. A lot of people were comparing this team to that 15 Hawks team, and I don't think it's comparable because at least the 15 Hawks team made the conference finals and just ran into LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Love. This Cavs team, I was never sold from the beginning of the season. Jared Allen, he was a walking clear out on defense. The 3-point shot is the most important shot in the NBA, and the wing is one of the most important places in the NBA. And Jared Allen just looked lost out there. He looked lost and confused. He like a little puppy that was looking for his owner on the 3-point line trying to play defense. This team still doesn't have a capable wing. They were splitting a lot of time between Ty Jerome playing for them, DeAndre Hunter, who was very inconsistent, especially this series, putting up a few stinkers, taking a lot of shots. As well as like I said, they had Ty Jerome. Max Struess was out there getting a lot of burn. Max Struess was their most consistent option at wing. He just couldn't do it when it counted the most. So they never really had a true wing, in my opinion. Darius Garland couldn't do anything off the ball. Like on offense, he was cha-cha sliding when he played off the ball, and then he wasn't playing a lick of defense. We always I always break down playoff teams into I don't look at the entire roster. I always break down playoff teams in 8-man intervals. And as far as the 8-man rotation, this was like as far as where they would rank, they're probably like in the 10 to 12 range as far as the 8-man rotation. They just didn't look great, honestly. This that 8-man rotation of Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, DeAndre Hunter, Ty Jerome, Jared Allen, Max Strus, Darius Garland, and probably Dean Wade, and even Isaac Okoro. That lineup just didn't scream championship to me. And that was a 9-man rotation. Also, Evan Mobley was the only other player in this series who was somewhat capable outside of Mr. Donovan Mitchell. So, with all that being said, Cleveland Cavaliers, you have a lot to think about. You won 60 games this year, but none of that matters when you get beat by. And I like the Pacers as far as how they play now, just from looking at them. But when you get beat by a fundamental team, when you have superstar talent. So that's my little bit of a rant for the guys. How y'all feel that first round series with Cleveland? What did it kind of show y'all? What is second round
Second
series with the
round.
Pacers?
Um. Well, and I know you're gonna hate what I'm about to say. I knew they was on their way out when LeBron lost. I'm just
Man,
being real with you, bro. Now, if LeBron them would have won, I feel like Cleveland would have won too. The storyline, man.
but how
But
far
I
did you
mean,
really have Cleveland going this year, though? In your opinion?
in my opinion, man, they played the game for a reason. They was number one for a reason. They was number one for a reason, man. It ain't easy. All them games that they played to make it there, it wasn't easy for them to get there. First of all, so you can't just, what I'm saying, look at it that way. I just feel like the Pacers struck when the grease was hot
Do you feel like the Pacers team was a better team in your opinion?
in the playoffs.
No, just being well, okay, you can say that, but you know what I mean.
During the season, no. But after a while, you know what I'm saying? I feel like they probably got a better coach, better understanding. You got more hungry
I,
players.
I can't say that Kenny Atkinson is a really good coach.
He might be a really good coach, but coaching is about adjustments. What you did in the regular season, you might not be able to do. You might
What
not be able to do
adjustments?
in the playoff.
What adjustments can you really make in this series? Enrico, this is kind of a question for you as well. What kind of adjustments could you really make in this series? Because Rick Carlisle is the Pacers coach, by the way. Very good, accomplished coach. We saw he won championships in Dallas. But what adjustments could you have made, Rico, in this series that probably could have been a difference?
well, this is one of them series that it's a little stuff. Like, look how many games was super close when it came to the end. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't
Yeah.
gonna be nothing but a bucket here, a bucket there. You feel me? A stop here, a stop there.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
One of them was a game winner by DG.
so, like, yeah, that type of stuff matter. It changes a lot. If they ain't getting the little stuff, you gonna have to cut out that short.
Mm. Polo, what you think?
Win,
What?
win. That's the adjustment they need to make. Win by any means necessary. They can't be living off that. What's the way to put it? They it can't be gave to them. They can't be living off that regular season hype. It's the playoffs, man. You know, when y'all lost 2 games, y'all they eyes should have got big then. Hey, we need to learn how to finish and close a game off. Not just that, y'all got blew out during the series too. So I feel like the adjustment they should have made is learning how to finish off a game, play better defense. You know, stop shooting early in the shot clock. A lot of shots was unnecessary, but at the end of the day, that's the reason why you play the game. I definitely
Um,
thought Cleveland was gonna win it though.
and looking back, I broke one of my own rules in this because I'm always one, especially in football. I never think how much it really applies to basketball. In football, I said from the beginning of last season that the Chiefs were going to be a Super Bowl team because they were one of the few teams who could win close games down the stretch. And now that I'm looking at it, Cleveland didn't have a close game in that first round against Miami at all. They lost to the Pacers right before the season ended.
Mm-hmm.
And in the close games, it's like it just got away from them. So I can definitely see how a team like the Pacers, who plays more team oriented ball versus kind of towards the end of the game, one man showing it with Donovan Mitchell, I can definitely see how that makes a huge difference,
Sure,
especially in
that's most of
your
the game actually.
yeah, especially in you wanting to win. So yeah, I think y'all kind of hit it on the head, and part of that to me is not on Kenny Atkinson more than anything. Part of that is on some of those teams, some of the team because Rico, you're gonna end the game with Evan Mobley and Jared Allen on the court. You're gonna end the game like that. You're
Yeah.
gonna at least end the game with Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, whoever you want at the three. So if you know that you're gonna end games that way, then to me, you have to be more prepared in those situations. So Polo, I don't know what's up with today's show. It done flipped around. I'm agreeing with Polo a lot this episode. I think
I
you are right
agree.
though. A lot of it falls on the players, but Kenny Atkinson, I feel like he did as much as he really could, but a lot of that does fall on not being able to adjust down the stretch.
You gotta learn how to adjust, man.
And even if you're gonna be a team that merches on blowing other teams out, that's fine. But you got to be able to get up and stay up if that's gonna be your game plan. Polo, you a little bit older than us, not in a bad way. That '01 Lakers team that only lost one game.
In
From
the
where I looked
playoff,
at it, yeah, where I looked at it, they were smacking teams. They got up on
mhm.
them and knew how to stay up on them. I think that's what you got to do. If you're gonna get up on teams, you got to know how to stay up on them.
You see the
Especially in
team that beat
today's
them.
league.
You see the team that beat them though.
Yeah, it was a one man show, like you said. That one man show, you get laps that one game. So moving on, Jason Tatum, man, feel bad for the guy. Jason Tatum ruptured Achilles, non-contact injury. I want to ask you all, how do you feel about these star players that go and play in the Olympics? And I'll give a little context behind that question.
He ain't playing the
Um,
Olympics.
yes, he
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 just
was
was
on
on the
the team,
team.
but regardless,
He
though,
ain't
I
play.
mean, he's still practicing,
just
doing
think
all
about
that.
it though. Jason Tatum ruptured Achilles. Kevin Durant didn't can KD tear ACL or something towards the end of the season? Anyway, Braun MCL injury at the end of the year. Luca was hurt, missed a lot of time this year. AD was hurt, missed a lot of time this year, especially towards the end of the
Hey, he
season.
don't count.
Regardless, Mo Wagner missed a majority of the season because he got hurt pretty early in it. Um, how are y'all feeling about these guys who are going to the Olympics and they're gonna make deep runs? If you're your favorite team, basically, do you think it's gonna come to a point where they're gonna start really denying some of their stars? Like these organizations are gonna try and stop some of their star players from playing in the Olympics.
I think they already started, but I just think they're not as successful as they think that's gonna go. Like, some of these boys, they just want to get out there and hoop. They don't worry about the other stuff. Yeah.
Yes, Steph is another one too. By the way, Steph is another guy who got hurt.
I mean, Steph is Steph though. I give it to
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't think. I don't think that have nothing to do with just the Olympics.
I just know these guys hadn't had a break in basketball. Like they've been playing basketball for 10, 11 months straight. It was just a thought. But I
They
do wish
also
Tatum.
they also been playing it their whole life too. That ain't their
I
first
mean,
time being hurt. Don't
yeah,
bring up nobody like. Look, hold on, just hear me out real quick. Don't put AD name in no conversation with none of them, because AD
why
stay
not?
hurt.
80 don't stay hurt. I'm sorry.
All right,
You gotta let this narrative go. He gotta
no,
let this narrative go.
no.
You gotta let this narrative
The
go,
season
bro.
before last, they played most games he's ever played or something like that.
He did. Like you gotta let that narrative go. He played the most games he ever played in the 23-24 season.
So dude,
In every season where he's played a solid amount of games, he's been an all-star, all NBA level type of player, as well as an MVP candidate in one of these years. So you gotta let that go, Polo. Y'all gotta let that hurt go.
The
But
best
Tatum,
ability is what?
it's availability. He was available for a lot of
Now
this.
that's like somebody telling you one time. You don't remember that time I bought this for you? You remember the time? If you only did it very few times, I'm not judging you by. I'm judging by your body of work. He spent more time off the court than on it. At the end of the day, his whole career.
That's the I ain't nope.
Take it how
Let
you
me see
want it.
something. I'm finna do some quick math.
I know you about to look at it.
I got to. How many games you think he's been? The possible games of his whole NBA career has been 1,066. How many games do you think he's played out of 1,066 games?
Probably 400.
You're not even close. He's played 787 of 1,600. I'm sorry, out of 1,066 games, he's played 787. I think we looking at Bron longevity and trying to think it's rubbing off on him, man. It ain't doing that.
That's still. Hey, that's still a lot of games to miss. Boy. That-
I mean,
especially when you're playing with expectations. Remember that.
I understand, but he had a little stretch where he was beat up. But anyway, back to Tatum. Um, I think Tatum will be fine once he comes back because he's gonna get a full year off. He won't be able to play back playing ball for a year, which means he's gonna miss this season. And I know the Celtics are an extremely smart organization, so he's gonna miss the entire playoffs for next season and probably not be back until the start of the this will be the 25-26, so of the 26-27 season. With that being said, I think this may be one of the best and worst things to happen to the Celtics. And what I mean by that is if they do end up bad, right? For a team that historically drafts well, they may make some moves and kind of retool their team, if you may. I wouldn't be surprised if I see guys like Derek White or even Drew Holiday, or because I think Kristaps is gone already. I think by the time Jason Tatum returns, basically, I think we're going to be looking at a different kind of Boston Celtics. I think that really, especially if they lose, because they just beat the Knicks tonight. I think this offseason is going to be something different for the Celtics. I can see a world where everybody minus a few key pieces like a Creighton Pritchard, Jalen Brown for sure, and maybe like Luke Kennard or something. But I can see a world where Brad Stevens tries to shop some of these guys to bring in draft picks and just kind of retool, if you may, and get a little bit younger. Because they still got sitting in the G League, they still got the G League MVP sitting on a two-way deal and JD Davison. So I think they're gonna try and retool in this offseason. How do you think the offseason and the next season kind of look for Boston?
They don't got that light. They ain't got that light skinned assassin over there no more.
they definitely not gonna have the same expectation.
Mm-mm. But they're gonna make the playoffs though. I think it's no doubt they're gonna
I
make
mean,
the
it's
playoffs.
still the East.
They're still the East, and Giannis may be gone from the East now too, so that they're still gonna make the playoffs because they
What if
still got
Giannis?
good, huh?
No, I can't have him. I was about to say, what if Giannis go to Boston?
No,
nah, they,
I
they ain't
think
letting
the
that.
way just from our history and knowing Brad Stevens, um, I think that Brad Stevens is gonna go a little bit younger. Just being honest, but a little bit younger from the standpoint of I think he's gonna go out there and make a few moves to bring in, like I said, bring in some younger guys. Also maybe try and draft his next project type of player. Because I feel like Al Horford may be retiring after this year. I don't see a world where they really bringing back my boy Tingus Pingus. Um,
What about
yeah,
what?
my boy Tingus Pingus.
Go ahead, man.
But nah, I mean, what y'all think though, man? I don't know. I don't see that.
If they would do it, it'd be the perfect time to do it while he's down. That way, they can't use no excuses. Well, that way they can use that as an excuse. Because
Exactly. For if
if
we're
they did
bad.
it, yeah, if they did it while he was there, hmm, you messing up a championship caliber team. But now that he's not there, who Brown is hey, well, what's that? Hey, fresh is our turn, baby. You know what I'm saying? It's time now. It's time.
Mhm.
Brown, can you put the team on your back? Y'all just won tonight.
I think he does. I don't unpopular opinion, I don't think they fall below a 3 seed. Because even if they run it back with this team, they're picking 28. Right now, they're mocked to take another guard, Liberian Fieldman out of Alabama. Even if
Solid
if
player.
if Horford retires, I think they may go big, and they still probably have some room in free agency. Even if they run it back, I don't see, especially with the Bucks, not gonna be because even if Giannis go back to the Bucks, Dame's still not playing next season. Dame tore his Achilles. So even in that situation, Rico, I still think they may be what, a 3 seed at worst. Because no Jason Tatum, the only team on paper that's better than them is the Knicks with no Tatum.
In the East?
Yeah, with no Tatum, the only team, like even with this roster right here, the only team that's like better than them on paper with no Tatum is the Knicks
In the East.
in the East. Who you think look better than them in the East? Without
With no
just
with
with no
no
Tatum,
Tatum?
still got all NBA Jalen Brown over there.
Every team that's in the NBA right now. Every team
No,
that's on the East right now. Tatum, I
hold on.
don't care. Like, hold on, wait. Folks ain't gotta like the way he played. Folks ain't gotta like his markability. But Tatum is what you call a straight up thoroughbred dog. I'm talking about a real dog.
I understand.
When you don't have your heart no more, your blood don't pump. At the end of the day, without Tatum, bro, I feel like Cleveland could have beat him. The
No,
Knicks are gonna beat him, and I
the,
feel like that's the best chance right now for Tatum to even say he hurt. That's the Knicks is gonna beat them anyway. The Knicks
the
better
Knicks
than
ain't
them.
finished it tonight. They could have
Pacers
finished it tonight.
Pacers better than them.
No, Pacers not better than them right now. I'm sorry,
You about to see
Pacers not better. The
Knicks.
only
You won't be able to see because the Knicks about to finish them. Like the Knicks is gonna
the
finish
Knicks
them at
just
home.
lost tonight. You know that, right?
Yeah, but they're gonna beat them at home. They were about to win that game in Boston. Are you crazy?
Celtics and 7.
You're not a gambling man. I'm not a gambling man. But I bet you this. It'll be a cold day in Hades before they win that game.
Well, it might
Before they
freeze
win
over.
this series, bro, hell will freeze over before they win this series. Man, you crazy, man. They about to go back to the square. You hear me? Madison Square
I don't
Garden.
care about the square.
Boy, you ain't gotta care. It'll come to you. It'll come to you. And you think with they rival, you got to think about New York versus Boston. the rival that they got. Do you think they was about to win a game in Boston to put them out?
Regardless,
Are you what?
7-Eleven,
Did,
Donovan Mitchell need to go ahead and give me Coco Jones so I can be her blessing. Celtics in 7.
you tried it.
Celtics in 7.
You tried it. Rico,
Celtics.
I don't think he. I
Yeah,
don't think he, Rico. He can't be watching the game. Rico.
Celtics in 7.
He finna be such as an 8 in a minute.
Nah, Celtics in 7.
They about to be cashing their fishing rods.
Come on,
They about
man.
to go right over there and Boston, Massachusetts off their bridge and cash them fishing rods. They better link up with the boy Robert Kraft and find out who give them good massages because they ain't about to be playing come next week. I'm letting you know that now. You know what I'm
Man,
saying? They need to hook up with the Patriots on them and find out
somebody.
which lady get them good massages. You know, the same thing he got caught up with. Only way I see them winning is if they go the Patriots route.
Hey, man, we're
Take
going to
some of the
see.
air out the ball.
It'll keep moving, man. Is this
Oh, okay.
Nuggets and I
Okay.
mean, because we still got stuff to cover, man. Is this
Yeah.
Nuggets and Thunder series the real Western Conference Finals?
Definitely. I like it.
Every game has been close. Like basically, what I'm saying is, do you think the winner of that series is going to the finals?
Not only just going there, but I even take it a step further.
Think
I
they
think
winning
whoever
it?
win this series is gonna win. Yeah.
But one thing I can say though, Draymond died, Curry hamstring fried, Jimmy Butler braids tied, give me some chicken and fries, Ant-Man in 5. Ant-Man in 5, baby. I'm sorry. They hooping, boy. Ant finna send them boys home tonight, man.
I mean, they smell blood. When them boys lost Curry, they start smelling blood.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one last thing on NBA before we hop into some NFL's news. Are the Pacers legit? Man, I'm starting to believe it. I'm starting to become a
I
Pacers
told
believer.
you that though.
I'm thinking from the standpoint of I don't think they're gonna win a championship, but I'm starting to believe that they're a legit team from the standpoint of they look like they're doing stuff right. I don't like their roster construction at all. I don't like their roster construction. Go ahead. I don't like the roster construction at all though.
Go ahead and finish this out because I got to go back on that question you answered before this. Keep going. You don't like
I,
that
I don't
roster?
like I don't like the roster construction at all because I feel like in those situations where they play well in close games, yes, but when you're playing against a Jokic on the other side who can give you 12, when you give him them 6 shots at the end of the game, 4 to 5 of them going in. When you playing Shea, when you give Shea them 6 shots, them last 6 shots to close the game, 4 or 5 of them plus an and 1 or 2 gonna go in. Ant Man, Ant might only make 3 out of them 6 shots, but they gonna get offensive rebounds and they gonna fight you on defense. When it comes to that situation, I know I'm not the believer in you need a superstar to win games, but I just don't see a closer in those games.
In which
I like
game?
just for the Pacers. I like Tyrese Halliburton, but once you start comparing him closing games to some of these other guys, it is so hard for me to put all my coins behind Tyrese Halliburton over a potential Anthony Edwards, over a potential Nikola Jokic, over a potential Shea Gilgeous Alexander. Heck, it's hard for me to put it over a potential Jalen Brunson. So
Well, Bronson, he's clutch for a reason.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I think they're gonna fall short when they get into that mode where they're playing a team who, yeah, we're gonna have a close game, but our big name superstar gonna finish this game. That's
All right.
all it is.
All right. No, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. I feel where you're coming from. But being a person that's been watching basketball, know basketball, like studying for a long time, all the big names always came out the West. All the talent always came out the West. Most of the reason why teams from the East win is simply because of defense. Now, they might not have the players that the West got, but if the Pacers come with shut down defense and play hard, I feel like they can pull it off. But I'm gonna be all the way 100 with you. And I hate to say this. I'm sorry, Rico. I hate to say it. Man, I don't see nobody about the man. I'd be surprised if somebody beat OKC. I don't see. That's the only team I don't see them beating. I don't see them. OKC, the best team I've seen. Full of man, boy. Jay, who is Lil Dort?
Lou Dort. He
He been
yeah, he
But
POA
who
defender.
is he? Did you see what he did? Oh my god, they were down 12 points, man.
you talking about that fourth quarter?
Oh my god. I'm sitting on the phone getting fussed at because you don't hear me talking to you. I said, God, who's Lil Dort? I said, he just shot her. She's still talking. She's still talking. I
And
said,
man,
I
and,
love
and
you.
and it's not insane to say that the Thunder still can get better this upcoming season. They still have the opportunity to get better because they are one of the
They still
few
got a lot of picks.
they do, and they got to get rid of them. So
Yeah.
they even if they don't go big splash KD
They,
uh or freaking Giannis like we was talking about, they still have enough picks to where they can have instead of I already feel like they have a top 5 8-man rotation in the league, maybe even a top 3. The only ones that I'm really taking over them as far as a top 3 rotation, like a top 8
Lakers.
rotation. No, I'm taking the Celtics top 8 over them and the Knicks top 8, but I take the Thunder starting 5 over their starting 5, if that makes sense.
They
I
don't.
think the Thunder had a best starting 5 in basketball, but I don't think they had a best 8-man rotation in basketball. So, man, they still have an
The
opportunity to get
Thunder got
better.
one of the best benches in the league.
It is, but it's just like for example, Boston's top 8 won them this game tonight. Pritchard Daniel had a 20 ball tonight. Derek Brown hit like 8 threes tonight. Not Derek Brown, Derek White hit like 8 threes tonight
You
without
talking
their
about the
best player.
dude with
And
the messed up head?
they just won by 25 without their best player.
Bravo. They win, go win. Listen, man.
I'm just saying though, but that's what I
They had a
mean.
magnet in
That's
the
what I mean.
ball, man.
Regardless,
They put
Michael.
they put a magnet in the ball when you shoot. I could have kicked the ball into the goal.
Well, look, bro. Look.
I didn't see that. Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, I think the Pacers very solid team getting back to it. And I think the team who comes out of the East is gonna be deserving to be out of the East
Patience.
because I don't think it's been no real cakewalks this game because I don't think the Cavs series for the Pacers was a cakewalk. I just
Definitely.
think they just finished the games better than the Cavs did. I don't think it was a cakewalk because it would have been a cakewalk if they were just blowing them out every game. One person going for 50, whatever. If I'm not mistaken, every game in this last series, the Pacers had like 7 to 8 people in double figures. They played team ball. They hunted mismatch. They put Jared Allen and Darius Garland on them islands on the 3-point line. They pulled him out the paint. They hunted the mismatch. We give Tyrese a lot of flack because sometimes it looks like he's passing more flashy because he want to versus a Magic or somebody or Braun passing to get people open. But to me, he showed that this series by the way that they systematically picked Cleveland's defense apart. So I think they played a great team game, and I'm just looking forward to see what they do next round.
I think the Pacers just wanted them more, bro.
They
Because
might
no matter
have.
because Cleveland had, I think, if I'm not mistaken, at least two 15 or 20 point leads going into the fourth quarter and lost. So you get somebody that you used to say, Jay, you know what I'm saying? I'm used to eating food around this time every day, and I'm not even preparing it or coming out my pocket paying for it. I, I get used to it. And I think they just carried that regular season stint over into the playoffs, and you playing against a Pacers team that's hungry, man. They want to eat,
Yeah. And
and
I think
whoever
the
get in their way.
Pacers and I think that the Pacers had a very favorable matchup because the Pacers had the Cavs number this season.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah,
The
that's what I
pace
wanted to say earlier. They've been whooping up on them all year.
like the Pacers had the Cavs number this year.
There we go. I know this is totally off topic, but boy, send me a vest like that. I need it. How you
Yeah,
like that new
yeah,
quarterback that come from Mississippi? All right,
man.
my
Hold
man.
on,
Go
bro.
ahead,
Hold
Jay.
on, man.
Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, he ain't lying. If y'all had to guess, what do you think Cleveland's record versus Indiana was this season?
I know they lost the
I know.
series.
I think Cleveland won one game. Then
Cleveland was 2-7 versus them this year.
Mhm.
so they got two.
So what do you expect? what you what you thought was gonna happen?
More of a fight.
What you mean
But
more fight?
moving on, moving, yeah, more of a fight. Moving
Nah,
on.
I'm saying. Listen, man. You watch Friday, right?
Yes, I did.
When Debo took that boy chain, did he fight for it?
Just took it.
All right, then. What you mean you expect more of a fight? My
I
grandma
mean,
gave me that chain.
I expect more of a fight, man. It's like we just talked about, Polo. It's the playoffs. I expect more of a fight.
My grandma gave me that chain. You know what I'm saying?
What bite,
He,
Polo?
they end up getting punched through the air. I don't know.
All right, man. Moving on to some football news. Aaron Rodgers' latest has a handshake deal with the Steelers as of right now. We have to. It's rookie mini camp season, so we have to wait until free agency opens. Polo, I put this on here because you being a resident Steelers fan, how you feel about that?
See, I'm looking at you right now.
Hey, I'm just
I don't
asking.
know how
Hey,
to
look,
feel, to be perfectly honest with you. But if we gonna go in there to NFL, you should just like ease me into that part. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just that's like I don't know why we gotta talk about my team right now. It's heartbreaking. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to feel. Like, I get emotional, bro. Like I feel like you really trying to store something. But in all honesty, man, hopefully he could do something, man. I don't know how to feel, man. When they done gave up George Pickens, I'm a Ravens fan now.
you should be happy with the Pickens thing, by the way.
Yeah, I'm a Ravens fan. Lamar Jackson all day long. Run, run, keep running,
We don't got
keep
much.
running,
We don't got
Lamar.
much. We don't got much NFL stuff to talk about anyway. Derek Carr retiring. Cap
Perfect.
cap purgatory for the Saints may be avoided this upcoming season because of the date that he retired. He still keeps his signing bonus of 10 point whatever million for this season, but that 30 something $1 million cap hit does not hit the Saints.
I feel
That
like
30
he did.
something million.
I feel like he did what was best for a team that really
And I
loves
don't think he
football.
stays retired. Honestly, I don't think he's gonna stay retired. I think he was gonna retire long enough to do whatever, and I think he's gonna come back.
It wouldn't matter. That's his best bet. Ain't nobody gonna want him. Wait, he ain't trying to come back and be a backup.
We'll
They,
see.
He
they,
might
they
well
don't
get
want
on
to.
the talk. He might well get on the talk show with his bum brother. That's his best bet. Both of them.
Oh, his brother got an excuse now. I don't think Carr was just straight bad. The ending of his tenure was definitely bad, but I don't think he was just horrible.
I don't like they last name.
Wow,
Now you.
now you got it. Let me look up some Derek Carr statistics real quick, man. I'm not gonna let him do him like that.
Man, Carr wasn't. He ain't nothing like his brother, but he was very talented. He was very mobile. You know what I'm saying? Good,
Four-time Pro Bowler.
huh?
He was a four-time Pro Bowler.
4 time. Whoop de doo. Rudy Poo.
Best season statistically. Wow, he didn't make a Pro Bowl this year. 4,800 yard. Oh no. Eh, best season statistically combined. If I had to guess, probably he had a campaign where he threw for 4,300. I'm sorry for yeah, right at 4,000 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. And they went 12-3.
And what team he
He
was
went
on? The
12-3.
Raiders.
He was on the Raiders. He went 12-3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they trash, man. I'm be honest with you, man. Car ain't been nothing since that year. And you look back, how many years that was ago? Tell that.
There was a couple. He had a Pro Bowl appearance in 2022 though.
I'm talking
That was his
about
last Pro Bowl appearance.
last time he was relevant. The Raiders was in Oakland. Now tell me,
Well, 41,000
don't
career
you?
yards, 257 touchdowns, 100 to 112 interceptions. It doesn't scream Hall of Fame, but I guess you don't play 11 years in anything. You know, you don't play 11 years in any professional sport and just be god awful. So have fun, Mr. Derek Carr. Look around rookie
Stay
minicamp. It
retired too. Don't listen. Stay retired. Don't come back. New Orleans don't want you. The league don't want you. Your brother don't want you on the talk show.
That's it.
all right. Anyways, um, so coming into our last few topics of the night, winding down. Rookie minicamp going on. Just gonna bring up some news from minicamp. It is looking like everybody in Cleveland knows who they want to start the season. Being Mr. Shador Sanders, Dylan Gabriel not looking too great in rookie minicamp. Um, Jackson Dart is really impressing in Giants minicamp. So shout out to Jackson Dart for that. Shiloh Sanders has earned a contract with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah, man, it's a lot of good stuff going on in rookie camp. The Jacksonville Jaguars are trying to get acclimated to having Mr. Travis Hunter. And yeah, he's been taking a lot of good reps at wide receiver. I think it's a world where he plays primary wide receiver this year because I think he'll get off the most at that position. And just kind of the last thing, breaking off all the big time news, the Saints quarterback room is looking like the worst quarterback room in the league right now.
And they would have looked like that if Carr was there.
Oh yeah, no, they still look bad with Derek Carr there. But it's just he made them a F plus, maybe a D minus. Matter of fact, Derek Carr made them a D plus quarterback room because at least I know what to expect with Derek Carr. This is now a D minus
Lose.
F. I mean, yeah, lose, but we're gonna lose in style, and he's not gonna have a horrible touchdown to interception ratio.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. As far as Rick and Manning count, man, everything you saying, I expected.
Cam Ward is also looking pretty all right.
Everything you said, I expected. But the Jackson Dort thing,
Darth looking all right.
if he wasn't gonna look good compared to other people, I don't know what to say. And he
The
come
thing
for
about
this.
the thing about Jackson Dart is I don't think Jackson Dart was the wrong prospect for New York to take because if you fell in love with this prospect, then that's cool. You got a plan for him, that's cool. It's just so happened that he went before Shador, so people started looking crazy. But I'm totally on Jackson Dart's side from the standpoint of, bro, Jackson Dart didn't ask to be there. You know what I'm saying? He's just there. He's making the most of the situation. He was always a very raw prospect, and yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. This upcoming. I don't think he starts this upcoming season though. But yeah, man. Final thing of the day before we get out of here, guys. I know we don't cover a lot of baseball, but I thought this is very interesting because I wanted to get you guys' opinion on it. Pete Rose. A lot of people you may not know who Pete Rose is. Charlie Hustle, as they call him, has the most hits in Major League Baseball history. As well as a 17-time All-Star, all that good stuff. He was banned from baseball for life for gambling. He was betting on his own games and his own teams to win, but yet was still playing. Also, Shoeless Joe Jackson was another guy who was a big-time pioneer in the early 1900s for getting baseball players the contracts that they get. He was also banned for gambling. Both of these guys were recently unbanned by the MLB president, which means since they're being so lenient, I think there's a world where a Mr. Barry Alfonso Bonds himself becomes unbanned. So how do y'all feel about that? These newer commissioners coming through and I guess kind of changing the landscape of how these sports are. Yeah, and do y'all feel this can translate to some other sports?
No.
You don't think so?
Why? Why would it?
I mean, it'll tell the commissioner of that league. He had to see things a different way.
Kind of how I was looking at it. I looked at it more from a standpoint of, you know, I didn't think Pete Rose was gonna ever get unbanned.
For gambling?
Yeah, gambling.
Well, that's gambling. A lot of people got banned for different reasons.
Yeah, I like Barry Bonds. Them got banned for the
Steroids.
steroids.
Ain't no way in the world. As you get older, you get bigger, and you don't work out. And you telling me, I don't take no steroids.
I don't think Barry. I don't think Barry ever just openly denied it. His reasoning was he had to do it to keep up with the other guys. People like Jose Canseco, Sammy Sosa, they all
Man,
denied it. They all denied it. But Barry
man,
Barry never came out and denied it.
I don't like
But
the way Hulk said. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Only thing I was gonna say is the thing about Barry Bonds is he made a valid point when he said, yes, steroids did make him stronger. Yes, he may have hit the ball further, but steroids didn't improve his vision and his ability to get the bat on the ball.
Say what you want. Listen, man. He was hitting home runs before the steroids.
Yeah, he was. I'm glad you said that. He was.
He was just hitting them at a rapid rate.
Somebody broke it down because he had like 3 or 4 MVP awards before the steroids.
Mm-hmm.
But if he got 7 MVP awards, you take away all 7 of his MVP awards, he still had over 450 home runs and almost 400 stolen bases. He would still be the only player ever in history. You know who his stats compare good to without if you take his MVP awards away? His stats compare really good looking next to Mr. Ken Griffey Jr. And we all love Jr.
I don't.
You don't like Junior?
I like that. I like that other boy that was. Who I almost said the wrong thing. I like the other dude that they said was taking steroids around that time.
Mark McGwire.
Yeah, definitely.
McGwire was never Barry Bonds though. I will say that. Mark McGwire was never
I
Barry
just like
Bonds.
the way he got up there. You too young. You don't even know nothing about this, man.
Come on, man. I love baseball.
You don't know nothing about. But listen, man, straight up,
Go
Jose
ahead.
Canseco, he should never snitch. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, Jose Canseco went down like Nino Brown.
If I gotta go down, how y'all going down?
Barry was in there with me.
Barry Bonds was
Barry
Sammy Sosa, he the one ran all the steroids to us.
Look at his head. Barry Bonds' head still getting big. Look at it. Now, understand the muscles, but look at his head.
Don't get me started on Mark McGwire. He told on everybody. That man told on everybody. He ain't even have to take the stand.
I bet they asked him the question. He was like, I was starting off 5 years old.
Nigga, they ain't even mention no time. They told that nigga 2 hours in the holding cell. He started telling.
He told him, we're about to start recording. You start now. Well, I hope you got enough tape because I'm about to tell you everything.
Hey, Polo, that boy told in the car. He didn't even make it to the station. That boy told in the car.
They stopped by. They stopped by Pizza Hut, and he was ready to give me everything.
Now, ain't he had to stop. He snitched for some water out the cafeteria.
No, yeah, I don't like the way he did it, man. But he snitched when he was finished, though.
Yeah, that's crazy. But man,
still in the league. Look, he was like, "If I ain't gonna break the record, get what, beer? You ain't either."
Man, thank y'all for
He
it.
might have been a snitch like a real.
He a snitch now. He ain't snitch. That boy was tattletelling. He ain't snitch, Polo. He was tattletelling.
Oh, he did that. You know what? You know what I'm saying? That look. What's the name? And Charleston White. Yeah. He
Nah,
was telling.
nah, he wasn't Charleston White. Charleston told you he was gonna tell, so that wasn't even snitching. That's just an astute observation. With that Charleston White, that was just an astute observation because he told you he was gonna tell. Now what he pulled a Nino Brown. That's what he did.
Yeah, if I go down, everybody going down.
Everybody going down. But man, thank y'all for another episode of the Lounge, baby. Man, we 3-man weaved it tonight. Um, yes, sir. Yeah, man. Final words, Polo. Talk to me.
Straight up, Shador winning the MVP. Well, the rookie.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, rookie of the year next year. You heard me here today.
Yes, sir. Rico Mack.
Shit. Shout out OKC and shout out Jimmy Horn Jr. for sure.
Oh yeah, that boy doing something. Shout out that blazer you went. Shout out that right there. I need that, Rico. I ain't gonna need to lie to you, man.
Mm. Well, man, I'm your host, man, the Lounge icon himself, Mr. J. Make sure y'all tune in to the wrestling shows coming on Sunday. Hey, man, linear show every Wednesday. We here, baby. Rain, sleet, snow, independent, whatever. Back door, running the mo, 4 for 4, lounging 4, baby. We out of here, man.
Blue Dort.
Peace.
Blue Dort.